My name is Stu, and I love trains. And no, you haven't stumbled into a 12-step program for rail fans. But since confession is part of the 12-step process, I have to confess something sincerely to all of you. I fell off the wagon tragically at a very early age. It was really something that I didn't expect, but I have photographic proof. That's me at age 9, climbing up into the cab of a Canadian National Railways passenger locomotive. And as anybody that knows me is very quick to say, I haven't been the same since. I have been a passionate advocate for passenger rail and for public transportation ever since then. And I really want to try and get everybody to realize that this is something that we really need to start thinking about. I have living in a city for 28 years now that has no passenger rail. And people ask me, how can you be such an advocate for it if you're living in a city that doesn't have it and hasn't had it for 35 years? So let me turn that around a little bit. Why are we all living in a city that doesn't have that connection? And shouldn't we have that connection? Ohio really needs to start moving people as great as it does freight. And we'll get to the freight aspect of it in a little bit. But we really need to start moving people at least as well, if not better. Why? Well, let me give you a couple of demographics. Millennials. They are one of the fastest growing segments in our population. Next year, they will be the majority of eligible voters in the United States of America in 2015. Think about that. They are game changers. They are a force to be reckoned with. They make their decisions more and more based on the availability of public transportation, whether it's trains, buses, bikes, walkable neighborhoods, whatever. They want that. They drive less. They buy fewer cars. Baby boomers. Yes, you may find it hard to believe that this svelte, youthful body is a baby boomer. I was born in 1950. But we're a different generation as well. We're not retiring like our parents did. Many of us still want to be mobile. Many of us want to be connected, just like the millennials do. I've got 2 daughters that I would consider millennials. And they want to, we want, as boomers, we want to, keep active. Some of us want to keep working. We've got things we want to do. Among the things, if we're working, is business travel. I can't really see a show of hands out there, but how many of you have had the delightful experience of flying from Columbus to Chicago and back? Yeah, okay. I thought so. Anyways, well, the best way I can describe this is a friend of mine who's a lawyer here in town, and he says every time he has to fly to Chicago, it takes 8 years out of his life, or 8 hours. Might as well seem like 8 years, but 8 hours out of his life. And it's really not the most efficient thing to be walking through a TSA line and hoping that the flight doesn't get delayed. So what are we going to do about that? How are we going to break down those barriers, so to speak? Well, here's a good start. Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission has come up with a plan, along with our counterparts over in Indiana and other cities in Ohio, to start up a system of 12 110-mile-an-hour trains every day between Columbus and Chicago, an express train that would get you from downtown Columbus to Chicago in under 4 hours. Wi-Fi equipped, productive travel time, things that you can do on board and get business done or just relax and watch the countryside go by. We have mayors of all of the cities, including Mayor Coleman here in Columbus. We have MORPC, which is the local metropolitan planning organization, or MPO, and their counterparts all along the line that are backing a grant request for a Tier 1 environmental impact study. So we've got the chance to move people great, and it's just a start, and it should be considered just a start. We move freight wonderfully. Everything you consume, everything you can imagine, lumber, cars, those Christmas gifts that you're about to buy for this year, all probably rolled through Ohio or Columbus on a train. We've got 3 major intermodal yards in Ohio, 2 high-speed freight routes, new economic development and jobs that have resulted from it. So what can you do? What kind of a change can you make? You can find a train and ride it. Get out there and have the experience, and then come back and make it an issue with leaders. We've got brand new elected officials here, and we can make this an issue and let them know that you support it. Don't be satisfied. Don't be satisfied with a mealy-mouthed answer. Don't be satisfied with what you experience on the train. We can do better. And do it because, people ask me, why do I want to do it? And I want to do it because I want to leave behind a legacy. I do this not in the realization that I will someday be able to ride a train out of downtown Columbus, but I do want my daughters and my 5.5-year-old granddaughter to have that experience someday. And I want them to step on a train someday and think of that picture that you see before you and say, my dad or my grandfather made that happen. I hope you can all leave a legacy behind like that for whatever you have a passion for. Thank you very much.
So as host, I can ask a question. So what actually goes through Columbus on our rails if it's not people?
Just about everything you can imagine. Containerized freight, coal, lumber. If you really want to see an idea of how the economy of the United States is moving, sit and watch a train go by. Look at what's on it. Coiled steel, lumber. I remember after Hurricane Katrina, I could look out at a train and see car after car after car after car of lumber moving into the disaster zone to rebuild homes. All of that coiled steel is going to appliances. It's going to the automobile industry. There's a lot of stuff, and we move it so well. Why can't we move ourselves like that?
Good question. Thank you very much.
Yep.